Question number 6 this week comes from Corey Montgomery. And Corey says, I know everyone is clamoring for a remake of KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, but what if Lucasfilm decided to go a different route and rework that story into a comic or a novel? I know KOTOR isn't canon as of now, but do you think fans would respond well to a novelization of Revan's story? Thanks for keeping track of all of this for us. Thanks for the question, Corey. And yeah, no, as of right now, KOTOR is not canon, but it's one of the best Star Wars games I've ever played. I played back through it again recently. Absolutely loved it. Here's the thing, though, with a comic, it would almost have to be an ongoing series for like 2 years to tell the whole story. Otherwise, it'd be a really abridged version of it, and I don't think it would be a good payoff. I don't think it would do justice to the story. So I'm gonna nix comic for right now. A novel is interesting though, because you could do a novelization of Knights of the Old Republic in a way. You could really delve into some character development there, and you could really flesh out Revan. You could really flesh out Malak, Bastila, Carthonasi. I mean, these characters, not so much focus on some of the other characters that were just like, I don't want to have Johanny on my team. Why do I need Cat Lady? Like, say she's there, but you don't have to have her. Add HK-47 in there. But you run into a problem by doing a story that beloved as a novel, because look at the world we live in right now, right? We live in a world where, in this new canon for Star Wars fans, right? You can't put anything galaxy-shattering in a novel and expect fans to be happy about that. Because then they go, well, what do you mean I have to go read a book to be able to get that story? You're going to have a sect of fans, a certain section of fans, that if you do a Knights of the Old Republic novel instead of another game, you're going to piss some people off. There are going to be some people who are pissed because they don't get to play that experience again. Because one of the great things about Knights of the Old Republic is you make your decisions, and at the end of the game, there's 2 endings. You can go either way. There's 3 different ways you can play that game. You can either go full light side, go full dark side, or what I like to do, just make the decisions as you go along and see where you would end up at the end of the spectrum, right? Because one of the things in Knights of the Old Republic that to this day, I've played that game so many times, and one of the things I cannot figure out to this day is how the hell to get that little girl that stows away on the Ebon Hawk to speak Mandalorian. To speak Mandalorian to her. I never can figure that out. I always lose my shit, and I kick her the hell off my ship. I never can figure it out. I don't know why. I don't know if I just can't comprehend that I'm picking the same options over and over again, and I'm not picking it up. I don't know. But it's one of those things where you could play through it and just make your decisions, and I get fed up with it, and I kick her out, and it affects where I go in the end. You know what I mean? Which it would in real life. You would be taking that element out of it by doing a novelization of it, unless you write the novel, right? Which, I mean, it'd almost be like a choose your own adventure kind of thing, which at that point you might as well just make the game canon. You know what I mean? So I don't see them ever doing a novelization of it. And if they did, I think you'd have some people ranting and raving, being pissed off that, well, we just play the old game again to get the same story again, but the only thing making a novelization of it would be to bring it into canon. So why not just make the game canon? It would just be easier, instead of reworking it into a novel, than to just come out and say, okay, Knights of the Old Republic is canon as is, or come out with a remake of the game. You know what I mean? Like you said, people are clamoring for a remake. I honestly think that would be the best route to go with that particular story. So, but it's an interesting question. I never thought about KOTOR as a novel. I don't know if it would work. I could be wrong. They could come out tomorrow and say, hey, we're doing a Knights of the Old Republic novel, and it could be one of the best Star Wars novels there is. I don't know. So, but just based off of what I know at this point and my experience with KOTOR, I think it needs to stay as a game. But if they came out with a novel, I'd read it. Yeah, sure, why not? But I don't think fans would respond to it very well. You know what I mean? So, but thanks for the question. That's an excellent question, and it's one that got me thinking again. Like I said, I don't think very often, so you guys got to keep me on my toes. So thank you for the question, Corey. I do appreciate it.